Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The bass thumped through my bones, and the strobe lights painted the room in dizzy flashes of violet and gold. I don't know what possessed me that night. Maybe the cheap tequila burning my throat, maybe the loneliness gnawing my chest, but when his hand brushed my thigh, I didn't stop him. I let a stranger's hand slide under my skirt at the club. My husband, Ryan, was supposed to be there. He'd promised he'd come after work. Just a few emails, babe, he'd said. But the hours stretched, the music grew louder, and my patience thinned. My friends danced, laughing, bodies pressed close in the humid air. I watched couples kiss, strangers connect, and something inside me cracked open, a dangerous mix of resentment and need. When the stranger's fingers traced my skin, I didn't push him away. I wanted to feel something. Anything. His cologne was sharp, his breath hot near my ear. I hated him for touching me, and hated myself more for not stopping it. That was the last night my husband ever came home. The next morning, sunlight poured cruelly through the blinds, searing my guilt awake. My dress was crumpled on the floor, mascara smeared across my cheeks. I called Ryan's phone, once, twice, 10 times. Voicemail. His last text glowed like an accusation. Don't wait up. I tried to believe he was angry. Maybe he'd crashed at a hotel. Maybe he needed space. But as hours turned into days, and his clothes remained hanging untouched in our closet, panic slithered into my gut. By day 3, I went to the police. They asked routine questions. When did you last see him? Did you argue? Was he under stress? I lied. I said we were fine. I didn't tell them about the stranger at the club or the way Ryan had stopped looking at me weeks before, how our marriage had begun to rot beneath polite smiles and cold dinners. But someone must have known something. Because a week later, I got a call from a blocked number. Stop looking for him, the voice said. It was low, deliberate. He's not yours anymore. The line went dead before I could speak. That night, I tore through Ryan's office, searching for clues. Papers, receipts, his laptop, it all looked untouched. But then I found it. A second phone, tucked in the back of his desk drawer. My hands trembled as I turned it on. Dozens of messages appeared. From a woman named Claire. Claire, miss you already. When are you telling her? Ryan, soon. She's not the woman I married anymore. The words hit like shards of glass. My chest tightened, air leaving my lungs. Each message pulled me deeper into a world I hadn't known existed. Photos of them together, hotel rooms, dinners, beach trips. He'd been building a life without me long before that night. I wanted to scream, to break something. Instead, I laughed. It was a hollow, cracked sound. I thought about his last words to me. Don't wait up. Maybe he hadn't meant just that night. Maybe he'd meant forever. But then I saw the last message, sent 2 hours before he vanished. Ryan, I'll tell her tonight. I'm done lying. And below it, no response. I drove to the address in Claire's messages. A sleek, white house by the bay. When she opened the door, her expression froze. She was younger, softer, dressed in one of Ryan's old shirts. Where is he? I asked. Her eyes flickered with something. Fear, maybe guilt. You shouldn't be here. Tell me. He left, she said quietly. He said he needed to end things with you. But he never came back. Her words spun around me, the room tilting. If he wasn't with her, and he wasn't with me, then where was he? The police reopened the case, this time with more urgency. They questioned her, questioned me. Every word felt like walking through glass. My betrayal, his affair, our lies, all of it spilled into their reports, dissected like evidence. A month later, they found his car, submerged in the river 2 towns over. His phone still in the passenger seat. The coroner said it looked like an accident. Speeding, loss of control, no signs of struggle. But I couldn't shake the feeling that he'd seen my face that night. That somehow, he knew. I replayed it over and over. The club, the stranger's hands, the guilt clawing inside me. Maybe he'd come looking for me. Seen what I'd done. Maybe that's why he never came home. People called it tragedy. I called it consequence. At the funeral, Claire stood across from me, tears streaming down her face. She placed a rose on his coffin, whispered something I couldn't hear. I wanted to hate her, but all I felt was emptiness. When everyone left, I stayed behind. I whispered to the grave, I waited up, Ryan. I always did. The wind carried the words away, soft and cruel. I closed my eyes and saw that night again. The flashing lights, the music, the stranger's hand sliding under my skirt. It had been a moment of weakness, yes. But his betrayal had been years in the making. We'd both crossed lines we couldn't uncross. Both wanted to feel alive in a marriage that had already died. Now, only silence remained between us. And sometimes, late at night, when I walk past his office, I swear I still hear the faint buzz of that hidden phone, like an unanswered confession trapped in the dark.